morning to you all. Are you okay? Let's get signed on here so I can see who's talking and who's not. I've got my fan on, although it's a lot cooler today, isn't it? Thank goodness. I don't mind the heat, but when you're jumping around in it, it's hard work. So if you go on our Facebook page, you'll see that we have literally just made an announcement about the Sports Centre's reopening next Monday. So there is a message on there. It's literally just been put on there just now, all right? But don't give up the class to go and read the message. You can read it afterwards. But basically we'll be opening one of our sports centres 4 till 10 during the week. We're going to have limited classes and gym use, and I think some of the football pitches and things are open as well, but just read those messages, check your inbox, check your spam as well for your messages from IBC. You are still going to have some classes on here available, okay? And then in the evenings, I am actually going to be based over at Whitton Sports Centre teaching 2 classes every evening over there, okay? And that timetable will be made available. It might even be on this message. I haven't even looked at it yet, okay? Because it literally just come out. I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm allowed to tell you guys yet. So yeah, that's basically that. But I will be based over at Whitton in the evenings for 2 classes a week, Monday to Friday, okay? But like I say, there'll still be things on here for you to do as well. And that will be with me as well. And Bev will be back by then as well. So that's lovely. All right. So we're going to do Pilates. Work where you feel comfortable. Rest when you need to. Once you've done your standing position, your mobiliser, we're going to be down on the floor anyway. Okay, so there's no impact involved. Now, if you've got knee problems or back problems, I need you to listen to the options that I'll give you, and you have to pick that level where you feel most comfortable. What I don't want you to do is work through pain, okay? Now, there is a difference between muscular endurance pain and pain because there's a joint problem or something like that going on. So just listen to your body and do what's right for you. If your body needs to rest because its muscles are tired, you might find you begin to shake or wobble, okay? So muscle fatigue, just take that rest then and join back in when you're ready, okay? So, let's begin. Standing nice and upright, toes and knees point forwards, shoulders down and relaxed. Make sure that you are balanced and central, so you're gently rocking forwards, backwards, side to side, making sure you've got an even distribution of body weight across both of those feet, okay? You don't feel lopsided, you don't feel like you are leaning, okay? So in that central position, you're going to find that neutral spine, so you're tilting your pelvis forwards and backwards, finding the position where your back feels the most comfortable. You're finding that natural lordotic curve, okay? Neutral spine, and I will remind you throughout. Core muscles, the pelvic floor, the muscle from within. Imagine that muscle is attached to a lift, and I want you to draw that muscle up from within to floor number 10. So it goes up as far as you can, comes down to floor 5, which is a little bit more manageable, but then it will come down to floor number 3, and that's where it will stay. So you can easily maintain that drawn up feeling from within. Then imagine you've got a belt around your middle, 10 notches on your belt. I want you to draw that belt into notch number 10 so it goes as tight as possible. You've pulled right in, take it out to notch 5, out to notch 3, and leave it there. So you've drawn those core muscles in and up. You've tightened around the centre of the body. Now, because you're holding from your core and from that neutral spine, your breathing will then have to come from the rib cage, okay? So you're going to place your hands on your ribs, fingertips touch. You're going to take a deep breath in, fingertips will part, and release. Take a deep breath in, and release. Relax the arms down. So gently then, pedaling through your feet one side to the other, raising up and alternating heel. Allow those shoulders to gently rotate one way and the other way. Place the feet down, lift all the way up onto the toes and gently release. Lift all the way up onto the toes and gently release. One more, lift, lengthen and release. You're going to take a step out, reach up and over, back into the middle and then go the other way. Stepping out, reach up and over, come back into the centre. So you're lengthening through the waist, spinal flexion. Last one here, coming into the centre and hold. Now I want your hips facing forwards. I want your shoulders down relaxed and just allow those hips to rotate in one direction and the other direction. Holding it in the centre, hips forward, arms come up, take a breath in. Breathe out, gently rotate, breathe in to return. Breathe out, gently rotate, breathe in to return. So you've got that spinal rotation, mobilising through your back, keeping those hips nice and still. Last one here. Into the centre and release. You're just going to take that left foot forward and point the toe, circle the leg round, lift the knee up and balance. Toe comes forward, circle the leg round, lift the knee up and balance. Ankle goes one way and the other and place that foot down. Other leg comes forward, circle so you're opening the hip, lift and balance. Remember your core muscles are engaged, your spine is lengthened, so good posture will help promote your balance. Ankle is one way and the other and place the foot down. So you're going to stand towards the back of your mat or whatever it is you're rolling down onto. Breathe in, tuck the chin to the chest. Breathe out, gently begin to roll down through your back. Soften your knees. Allow your arms to hang and relax, and then when you're ready, begin the process of rolling back up, rebuilding the spine all the way to the top, relaxing the shoulders down. Breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, gently roll down through the back. Allow the arms to hang and relax, and when you're ready, gently rolling back up through the spine. Rebuild your back vertebrae by vertebrae. At the top, relax the shoulders down. So we're going to be rolling down and making our way down to the floor. Chin into the chest, breathe in. Breathe out, gently roll down. And at your lowest point, walk those hands and knees down. Now your hands are going to come out slightly wider than your shoulders, but those knees are going to stay under the hips. You've got that gap between the thighs. You're going to breathe in, bring the chest down to between the hands, and breathe out and push up. Breathing into lower, chest comes between the hands. Breathing out to push up. So in your push up, your breathing is different to a normal regular press up in the gym. We are breathing in as we lower and out as we push up. Knees down underneath the hips, level 1. Legs further away as your level 2. Up on those toes for that level 3. Okay? It's your choice of level. Work where you feel comfortable. Work across the chest, the core, keep those abs drawn in. Breathing in as you lower, out as you lift. Don't bring the head between the hands. It is that chest coming down. I'm going to ask you please for one more. Then you're going to bring those hands in. You've got a nice flat neutral spine, core muscles in place. Breathe in, take take one leg, push it all the way back. Breathe in and draw it all the way back in. Breathe out, other leg pushes away. Breathe in, it comes back in. We're not allowing our back to dip or arch. We're keeping our back nice and still. We're going to level 2. We fully extend and then raise. Toes touch down before the knee and draw it back in. A lot of the time, people will go with the leg up and then they'll just bring the leg straight back down. You've got to touch the toes down and then back in. Next option, slide the opposite hand out along the floor. Last option, raise the opposite arm at the same time as the leg. Remember, it's about pushing the leg away and then drawing the leg back under. So your core muscles are lengthening and releasing. Back is nice and flat, nice and still. Level 1, remember you don't even need to lift the leg. Level 2, you extend and raise. Level 3, opposite hand along the floor. And then that level 4, opposite arm is raising. And I'm asking you please, for 2 more, that's 1 on each side. Once you've completed those 2, you're going to gently come down onto your forearms and elbows. Your legs are extended behind you. Now, we're going to come into an exercise called one leg kick, okay? You're looking down between the wrists. You're going to draw the pelvis up and hold. So you're in a level 1 leg pull. Now, if when we add the kick it's too much, stay with this position instead. Breathe in. As you breathe out, one leg comes up. Breathe in to bend. Out to lengthen. In to lower. Breathe out to lift. In to bend. Out to lengthen. In to lower. As you alternate from one leg to the other, don't let your hips drop to the side. Now you could go a little bit further and have those knees raised off the floor, but only if you're strong enough. You might find as well you're digging with your toes, so if your toes do hurt, bring the knees back down. If you don't want to add the kick, just hold the leg pull. I'm going to ask you please for 1 more with each leg, or just 2 breaths in your held position. And then gently lower all the way down onto your front. You're going to bring your arms out into this capital E position. So your fingers are pointing forwards. Elbows and shoulder are in line with each other. Your big toes are touching. Your heels will drop out. So don't squeeze your bottom and don't move your legs. Breathe in. As you breathe out, peel the chest up off the floor. And then as you breathe in, gently lower, don't drop, yeah? Breathe out, peel the chest up. Breathe in, gently lower down. So we're not adjusting the position of our neck. We are peeling up through the spine. Breathing out as we lift. In as we lower. Without squeezing the bottom, without moving those legs, okay? Now if you want to go further, breathe out and come up. Now I want you to breathe in and hold. And then breathe out again and come up onto the hands, bringing the elbows off the floor. And then breathe in to gently lower. Breathe out, peel the chest up. Breathe in and hold. Breathe out, peel all the way up. Breathe in to gently lower. So control your movement. With the extended swan dive, where you're coming up higher, you're adding that extra breath, okay? Don't drop down. Control your lower. Think of your nose. Breathe out as you peel up. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out as you come up. Breathe in, release. Bottom relax, legs down and still. I'm going to ask you please for one more at your level. Once you've completed that one, forearms and elbows are coming back in. You're coming up into leg pull. Draw the pelvis up, level 1, look down between the wrists. Draw the knees up, level 2, hold and breathe. We don't want the bottom in the air, okay, so keep the back flat. Level 3, make sure your hands aren't going to slide. You're coming all the way up. Hold and breathe. Wrists, elbows under the shoulders, legs in line with the body. Don't let your legs come out wider than your body. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in. At your level, pulling up through the belly button, please complete 2 more breaths. Once you've completed your 2, you're going to gently lower and you're going to turn onto one side. And we're going to lengthen out the body, resting the head down on the arm, pointing the fingers, straight line down to pointing the toes, okay? So if I look down, you're in a straight line. This hand, this top arm, that is there for your balance, to stop you from rolling, okay? Now breathe in, legs together. As you breathe out, bring both legs up without rolling your hips. Now already, as soon as those legs raised, the obliques, your waist, began working, okay? Hand is there for balance, breathe in, top leg, breathe out, kick forwards. Breathe in to return. That leg is going to go backwards. Breathe out, take it back. Breathe in to return. So we've got a kick coming forward, point the toes, comes back to the middle, and then goes behind you. Now, if that backward kick aggravates your lower back, or if you're trying to bend that leg, then don't kick it behind, just keep it forwards. The range of movement is entirely up to you. It's as far as you can go without having to compromise your posture. Hand is there for balance, but if we don't need it, we can take it away. We might find our movement becomes a little bit smaller. Then if you can, we can kick with our bottom leg as well. One leg goes forwards, one leg goes backwards. And we're keeping the knees nice and still. Don't bend that leg. Hand is there for balance. Or not. So I was kicking my unit, so let's just move a little bit. Your balance is really good and your legs are staying straight. You can take that arm all the way over. Breathe out to kick. Breathe in to return. Lengthen the body from the fingers to the toes. Work through the core, lumbar spine, obliques, and down through these legs. Even the inner thigh is having a bit of a workout here as well. And in your side kick, please complete one more kick and then hold the position. I end up with neck ache. I'm supposed to look straight ahead, but because I'm tilting to look up, my alignment goes and my neck aches. Oh dear. So, I'm not going to look at the camera. So, looking straight forward, legs are raised. Breathe in, they lower an inch from the floor, and then breathe out, they come back up. Now keep those legs together. Breathe in as they lower, and then out as they come up. Again, that hand is there for balance, but if you don't need it, it's coming away, or it's coming over. Side raise. Breathe out to lift. Breathe in to release. Working right through the core, the obliques. I'm going to ask you, please, in your side raise, for one more, and then you're going to hold it still. Legs are up, everything's in place. And then gently lower the legs down. If you need to give your hip a little rub here, please do so. You're going to bring yourself up to your seated position. We're going to come into reverse leg pull. If you have like carpal tunnel or a wrist injury, don't lift up. All you will do is bring in the hands behind you. Try and have your fingers pointing to your bottom. It's just push back into the wrists and hold, okay? Otherwise, if you can, we're coming all the way up into tabletop position, reverse leg pull. If you want to go further, you're lengthening your legs out, but don't drop the pelvis down. Diagonal line, under the chin, down to the toes. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in. What's happening with your head? Don't hang it back. Keep it in line with the spine. Don't bring it in too far. I'm going to ask you for 3 more breaths. Try and have that bottom drawn up. When you've done your 3, gently lower. Feel free to give those shoulders a little bit of a roll. We're going to come into an exercise called open leg rocker, okay? So sitting, I want you to breathe in, tilt the pelvis under so you create C-shaped spine. Bring the feet off the floor, big toes together, drop the knees out. Now straight away, if you're worried about your balance, you can have your hands down. If you're worried a little bit more, then you can keep your toes down, but your heels are raised, okay? Open leg rocker. So we'll start with the open leg. Breathe in. As you breathe out, extend one leg diagonally out, then breathe in and return. Breathe out, other leg kicks out. Breathe in to return. So level 1, you're allowing one leg at a time to kick out to the side. It's a smooth, controlled movement. Don't do a jerky kick, yeah? It's got to be controlled. Remember, toes touch, heels are raised, knees are dropped out. Next level, still got C-shaped spine as well. Breathe out, both legs kick out. Breathe in, they return. Breathe out, kick out. Breathe in, return. If you've got your hands down, you can't advance to level 2. Because if you're not strong enough to do level 1 without your hands there, then you shouldn't progress to the next level. Does that make sense? Your progression is to be able to get the hands away. Breathe out to kick. Breathe in to return. Then, that's your open leg. Your rocker. Breathe out, kick and roll. Breathe in to return. Make sure you're not going to bang your head on anything. Legs open as you roll back. Toes come in as you come back up. And we're lengthening through the spine. When we roll, we're making sure we're tucking that tailbone under. Remember, you've got one leg, level 1. Breathe out to kick. Breathe in to return. Level 2, you've got both legs. Then you've got the option of adding the rock. Don't let it go too fast, okay? Control the movement. And I'm going to ask you, please, one more with each leg. When you've done those 2, feet come back down, and you're going to gently roll all the way down onto your back. Once you're down, please bend your legs. So your feet and knees need to be hips distance apart, shoulders down and relaxed, core muscles engaged, neutral spine. You should be able to touch your fingertips together under the small of your back, okay? From here, breathe in, breathe out, raise one leg, right angle position. Knee above the hip, ankle in line with the knee. Hold and breathe. This is the 100. Now if you want to go a bit further, you can bring up the upper body, palms above the floor, breathe in. As you breathe out, push the hands down. It's not a big pulling movement. You're just pushing down with your hands. Everything else is still. Next level, bring both legs up. Breathe in, breathe out, pulse. You could have both legs raised without the pulse. Entirely up to you. Last option, those legs are extended to 45 degrees. Breathe in, as you breathe out, push down. Strengthen through the core. Whichever level you choose, your legs remain still, okay? Don't keep extending and returning. Keep them still. It's the 100, not a one-leg stretch. Strengthen across the core, neutral spine in place. And I'm going to ask you for 2 more breaths. If your legs are extended, bend them. If your upper body is raised, lower it. And then take down. First leg you raised, and everyone then bring your other leg up into place. You have to check your technique before you add on a level. Otherwise, you could be forgetting something and you won't work effectively. So ask yourself, are my core muscles engaged? Yep. Is my neutral spine in place? Yep. Am I going to be breathing from my rib cage? Yep. So if you then wanted to go further, upper body up, palms above the floor, breathe in, breathe out, push those hands down. Going further, both legs are coming up. Strengthen through the core. Want to go all the way, lengthen, but hold them still, don't keep moving them. Remember, you don't have to have the upper body raised at all. You can just keep it down. You can just stay at your base level with this one leg raised. And I'm going to ask you, please, for 3 more breaths. Every breath full and deep from the rib cage. Once you've completed those 3, upper bodies are coming down, legs coming back to start position, and then 1 foot at a time comes back down. From here, I want you to bring the first leg back up, knee above the hip, and I want you to bring your arms up. Your fingers are being pulled towards the ceiling, your palms are facing inwards. So we're going to mobilise around the shoulder at the same time as moving the leg and lengthen right through the core. Breathe in. As you breathe out, the leg extends and the arms go over. Then breathe in, back to the centre. Breathe out, take it out. Breathe in, breathe it in. Now if it's too much, you could do just the arms on their own. Breathe out, pull over. Breathe in, return. raised, and you can alternate one leg to the other. Only alternate if you've got both legs lifted. Otherwise, stick with the same leg for 2 more repetitions, and then allow the foot to lower and change sides. Hold breath out to pull away. Hold breath in to come in. Point those fingers, lengthen right through the core. Breathe out, take it out. Breathe in, bring it in. And I'm going to ask you, please, for 3 more breaths. Once you've completed your 3, if you've got both legs lifted, 1 foot at a time down, and then allow those arms to lower. Now you're going to bring your legs together. Keep them bent, but bring them together, and then bring your arms out to the sides. Trunk rotation. It's a nice big movement through the back, through the waist, okay? Your knees are going to go one way, and you're going to look away from your knees. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lower to the sides. Breathe in, come back to the center. Breathe out, lower the other way. Breathe in, come back to the center. So it doesn't matter how far your knees go. If they're not getting to the floor, that is fine. If you're taking your knees all the way and your shoulders are coming up, so for example there, my shoulder blade is raised, then don't go as far. Your shoulders stay pinned down. That is the important part here, that the shoulders stay down. If you want to go further, you can have both legs raised, but at a right angle. Don't drop the heels. I always see this. Right angle. Breathe out to lower, shoulders stay down. Breathe in to return. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in to return. Legs down or up. Only going as far as comfortable for you. Trunk rotation without lifting those shoulders. You're going to take 1 more to each side, please. I was hoping to crack my back, it's not quite happened yet. Good. Well done. From here, if your legs are raised, 1 foot at a time comes down. If you want to give yourselves a long body stretch here, please do. And then when you are ready, we're just transferring over. So we're on the other side and we're lengthening out. Hand there for balance, legs lengthen, toes away, fingers away, breathe in, breathe out, lift both legs without rolling forwards or back. Top leg on its own first, breathe in, breathe out to kick, breathe in to return. Leg goes back, keeping it straight, breathe in to return. So you've got to kick forward, point the toes away, into the middle, kick backwards, and return. Hand is there for balance. You don't need it, you're taking it away. You might find you're stronger on one side than the other. That's natural, don't worry. Arm could go over, and then we could move the bottom leg as well. Remember, when the legs go behind you, keep them straight. There is a real tendency to just gently bend the knee. Try not to. If you make that movement smaller, you are less likely to bend that leg. Make sure those hips stay central, don't roll the body. Only kicking as far as comfortable for you. Working through the obliques, the core, the lumbar spine, down the top of the leg and through the inner thighs. That's at least 5 muscle groups you've got working there. And I'm going to ask you, please, for one more. Then legs stay together, stuck together like glue. Breathe in, they lower an inch from the floor. Breathe out, they come back up. Breathe in, they lower an inch. Breathe out, they come back up. So allow your body to stay central. We're not rolling those hips. Hand is there for balance. If we don't need it, we are taking it away. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in. Breathe out as you raise. Breathe in as you lower. Work right through the waist, through the obliques. Sideways. This is really effective if you do it properly for really toning into the waist, okay? I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths. When you've done your 2, you can allow the legs to lower. By all means, give it a little rub out if you need to. When you are ready, you are carefully coming round into a box position. Wrists and elbows under the shoulders, knees under the hips. You're going to round the spine, breathe in. As you breathe out, gently release. Breathe in, round the spine. Breathe out, gently release. You're going to do 1 more of those for me, please. Then sit back into your heels and stretch out those arms. You're going to walk the hands back. We're going to be making our way to stand. So if you know you need help to stand, move closer towards something you can use, okay? You're going to curl the toes under. Tuck the chin into the chest. Breathe in. As you breathe out, feet go down. And slowly begin to roll up through the back. Rebuild the spine vertebrae by vertebrae. Rolling all the way up to the top. Allow the head and the neck to raise last. And relax the shoulders down. We need to make sure that we end up in this nice long start position, okay? Neutral spine. Core muscles in place. Pull up, pull in. Balance. We're not lopsided, we're not leaning. We're lifting up onto the toes. Are you balanced? And release. Lifting up onto the toes. And release. And then this time, if you can, just lift up onto the toes and balance. And then just try closing your eyes and testing that balance. And release. Well done. So that is your Pilates for this morning. Remember, if you want another workout now, check out our Facebook feed. There's loads on there, and also on our YouTube channel. Take a look at your inbox, check your email, have a little look at the post that's just been put on Facebook about the centre reopening, okay? And also join me back here at 4 o'clock for your aerobics. Take care, guys. Very well done today. See you again later.